A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the fifth and final day of Video Next Asia Week, an e-conference that looks to capture the goings on in the online video industry through conversations and discussions with the top names in the business. To begin with, I'd like to thank our sponsors, presenting partner Woot, associate partners Pubmatic, Videoly, and Z5, and Insights partner NEPA for their support. On the panel, we have film and theatre actor Pratik Gandhi, film director, producer, and writer Hansal Mehta, and head of content at Applause Entertainment, Deepak Sehgal. Now introducing you to the moderator of the session, Vanitha Kohli Khandekar, author and contributing editor with Business Standard. I request the audience to please stay back for our next session, which is the fireside chat with Shailesh Kapoor, the founder and CEO of Ormax Media. Once again, thank you everyone for joining. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I've been I must tell this to Hansal. Hansal, I'm an MBA by training, and I've been a business journalist for more than 20 years. But I still have trouble digesting films around stock market or business, so a short call, the short, what was that film? There was a Big Shot, Margin Call, these films like that. It takes me time to absorb them. And that's why I find Scam absolutely fascinating, because you've taken a dry, very difficult to digest subject and converted into a gripping series. It's well nigh impossible to do with business. It's a subject I write on for a living. Having said that, the idea is to look at this show and what it has achieved. And it's achieved a lot, I think. When Danish sent me the first few episodes, I was not very interested to watch it. But once I started, I couldn't give up. And many of these questions which we'll run through, you've probably heard them, but remember that when all of us talk to you about your creation, Deepak, Pratik, Hansal, many of us, when we talk to you again and again about this, it's in some way us trying to touch this creation and trying to understand it and make sense of it, because we enjoyed it so much. It gave us so much joy. So please be patient if I ask you questions you've already been asked 1,000 times before, because this audience is different. One old editor of mine had said, there are no new journalists. There are no new stories, only new journalists. So people who keep discovering the same truth again and again. Okay. And before we start, I'm going to tell the audience, please keep posting your questions. We usually end up with a lot of questions. So if they come during the session, it helps me to keep moving things forward. How much of this is the book and how much of this is the writers and how much of this is then all the other things put together? And this is something I think all of you can answer, especially Deepak and Hansal. And Pratik, I've got a lot of questions for you. So keep there and don't go away. Yeah.
Well, the crux of the story is the book.
Okay.
So the backbone is the book. The events that are laid out are as per the book. And then what Hansal and the writers did is they added the personalities into the people that were mentioned in the story. We had a few indicators of who is how, but Hansal can tell us how he developed them into the memorable characters that have emerged actually.
Hansal?
Yeah, you see, I had read this book many years back, and I wanted to make it into a film because I found one Harshad Mehta a fascinating character study. For me, the scam or the financial details were a layer below a character study. For me, story is all about character, especially in this long format, which we have on OTT. So it was more about exploration of a character than the scam. I mean, the details are very well put out in the book, and the entire mechanics of how he did what he did, who were the players involved, all that. I mean, we knew. The idea was to explore Harshad. The idea was to explore the world that Harshad came from, and the idea was to be able to connect to the person, because behind every scamster, behind every scam is a human being. So the idea was to give a human face to a large event, and that's what I try to do in my work. That there's something which is the public and one which is the personal, and the focus is on the personal The public is already there.
Correct. Correct. Did you meet the families? Did you meet them before, after? No.
No, I don't think we would have been able to make the show if we had met them.
If you'd met them, but legally there was no need to meet them, or because it was there, because it was based on a published book. So
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting. Was the choice of a Guju actor, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use all the terms I've learned in Mithi Bhai, I'm an honorary Guju. So was the choice of a Guju actor deliberate? Because so many times, there's a discussion when Priyanka was cast as Mary Kom, everybody said, oh, they should have taken a Northeasterner, but she did a good job. So is the choice, and because his body language, the way he talks, his Hindi also is accented a bit with Gujarati. So was that deliberate? And of course, he's a superb actor, Pratik. You did a very good job. So it's not just the Gujuness.
Can I start this? Actually, when we started casting for this, and we were looking for a name.
Okay.
And obviously, then how does that, because a name brings its own baggage. And Hansal kept telling us that Mukesh and Hansal pushed Pratik at us. The first time we saw Pratik's audition, suddenly you stopped thinking of anybody else.
Fantastic.
And I remember it was in Sony office, we went through the whole cast and every character kept popping out at us as we had seen them while writing the scripts. And it was quite a magical moment for us when we realized that this ensemble is actually working better than one big person trying to take, a successful person trying to take it through.
Pratik, was it, could you occupy this character more easily even though it was a Hindi show?
Yeah, in fact, it's a very, very interesting character for any actor to do. And I'm sure any actor would have jumped on this given an opportunity, And I was waiting for something like this to come up. There are a lot of biopic characters that I had done on stage, and this is my first chance to do something like this for the screen, and that too for the longest format, which is OTT. And this was my first OTT show ever.
Okay.
So I was I was supremely excited to do this. And I did not think about any complexity whatsoever attached to it. I just jumped on it. I just wanted to be a part of it.
Fantastic. But you've also done that monologue while I play kiya na apne?
Mohan's Masala, yeah.
Mohan's Masala.
Mohan's Masala.
Yes, Mohan's Masala.
I was thinking that's difficult to carry off. So this is, this is much more compact in that sense. Deepak, did the project come ready to you, or was it doing the rounds? Where was it a project which was looking for a home and it came to you?
Actually, Samir always wanted to do something on a financial scam. He's a big fan of Billions and other such and films that were made on that. And us were young people during the Harshad Mehta scam, and it affected everybody of that, at least the people living in metros definitely of that period. And this book was brought to us and we realized that this has we know what the scam is now. How are we going to tell a story around this? Otherwise, it can become a very documentary-ish kind of approach.
Correct.
And at that point, Hansal came and met us. And Hansal said he always wanted to make a film on this. He had read the book. I hadn't read the book till then. Amir had read the book. And so then they both got together, and maybe Hansal can tell you the next steps that happened from there.
And you tell me the next steps, Hansal, and think the question which leads up from this, and which I'd like all three of you to answer. Now, in retrospect, it's a success. Aapko sabko pata hai ki bahut successful hua, and it's done wonders for all of you. What are if I was to ask you, what are the 2 or 3 things that really fell in place in retrospect? अभी आप तो शो नहीं कर रहे, हो गया खत्म, थोड़ा सा सोचने का भी टाइम मिला है. What are the 2-3 things which really fell in place as far as this show is concerned?
The first thing, the most important thing for anything is that you desperately must want to tell the story. The need to tell that story. So, success is a byproduct of all that. But, like when Samir and I met, and when he said, look, I have this book, and I jumped. I said, I don't know, I don't want to look anywhere beyond this. This is it. Because I really wanted to tell the story. And so that, I think it all begins from wanting to tell the story. And then, of course, the process of, diving deep into the characters, into building essentially a work of drama of of drama of this kind of scale, of epic scale almost, a rags to riches story out of what is essentially a work of non-fiction. The book was a very dense, factual exposition of what happened at that time. So to, convert that into a drama, I mean, it took quite some time. I know it was frustrating
So
at
the
times.
writing, would you say the writing is the thing which really worked?
Well, I'm for anything. The writing is the
It's
first
the
thing.
primary thing.
The pen is mightier than the director.
Camera.
Camera.
Yeah, it's mightier than the camera. Definitely.
Pratik, in retrospect, what are the 2-3 things you think have really worked for the show?
Oh, I guess I don't know. I see entire thing as entire process is a very spiritual process, and making something out of paper, because something was there merely on the paper, and then it starts taking shape in front of you. So right from the first reading to first time when I met Hansal sir, and when he asked me that whether you would want to be a part of it or not, like he said when he was asked that this is the subject you want to do, he just jumped on it. Similarly, I immediately jumped on it. I said, sir, nothing to be discussed anymore. Nobody else to be met for this. I am doing it. And that's how
I heard
we
you
all
say
started.
that. राजीव के शो पे आपने बोला था.
जी जी. तो सर ने मुझे बहुत प्यार से पूछा था कि कोई मैनेजर है, मैं बात करूँ. सर कोई नहीं है, मैं ही हूँ. अभी बोलो कब से शुरू करना है. So I guess that is one part of it. And the very interesting part, the way I see now is that all the departments have excelled together. Now it's a very rare phenomena is what I feel. And I personally feel, I don't know, that same set of people coming together may not be able to create the same kind of magic again. Maybe, I don't know.
And hold that thought, Pratik, because I'm going to come to Scam 2003 for Hansal and ask him, because franchise is a different kettle of fish. There's so many questions coming in, but I'm going to first run through some of my, in fact, did you find yourself, and this, I think Rajiv had touched upon this question, but not in so much detail. Did you find yourself, your attitude towards Harshad Mehta changing during the making of the series or the writing of it? Because Hansal, you said in the beginning, the idea was to just look at the character, because every character has some motivation, something, backstory. It was not just about the scam. Did you find yourself, because when I end the story, I did not think of him the way I thought when, and I was there around when the 92 scam happened. It was a completely different perception I had then to what so how did you guys feel, especially because you're working so intimately on this story?
One of the things I've learned, I've made, this was perhaps my 7th biography.
Biopic, yeah, you've done many of them, Shahid.
In the last 10 years, it was the 7th one. So one thing it's a conscious thing I did from the beginning, that when you're writing, when you're creating a character, when you're exploring a story, not to judge your characters. When you're humanizing them, you humanize the person with his good qualities and his bad qualities, his flaws and his good and his good side. You need to balance. You need to show the person as he is. So it's because it was non-judgmental. You saw this person as a human being. The problem right now is, when you look at a character, that okay, somebody that you have heard of, his house gets raided. So you look at that person as a tax evader and nothing else, because nothing else is written about. Nothing else is reported. And if at all the person is acquitted, acquittal does not matter. A journalist gets convicted for murder. That is big news. The acquittal is no news.
The presumption of guilt is the bigger story than
it's a bigger story, and the presumption of guilt is the character's only defining quality.
It's as if उसमें और कोई उसका और कोई लाइफ नहीं थी उसके अलावा.
And as a filmmaker, that is my thing, that you need to go beyond. No, you have to go beyond that. There is a public perception that he's a chore. So even if tomorrow you give me Mehul Choksi or Nirav Modi, no matter what opinion I've formed from what I've read, through the research, through the writing, I will try to explore their humanity.
Correct. Deepak, Pratik, you want to say something on this?
I agree with Hansal. Actually, what we knew of, what we got to know about Harshad Mehta was that he is one single dimension villain. And when we started exploring him as a character, then we realized the relationships he has, his dependence on his brother, his mother, his father, and his relationship. So he started becoming more human.
His brother is still fighting his cases, by the way. His brother still this thing. Pratik, you inhabited this character for so long. Your
thoughts? So I guess it's the same thought process which Hansal sir gave all of us, that let's not approach this character with any biasness in your mind. Let's approach all these characters from a neutral perspective and make them human. So whatever happens during the entire course of the script, then it becomes interesting for people to watch and for us also to explore more, even after knowing the entire story and the fate also of the character.
But the way you approach this, and especially for you as an actor or for Hansal as a creator, when you approach it on theater, when you approach it in film, when you approach it in TV, or when you approach it, because the formats are different. In TV, it will be half an hour episode, appointment viewing every night. So does the way you approach these characters or these stories change with the format that you're working for? Does that play on your mind at any point?
Not really, as far as the creating a character is concerned. But when we start playing that character, like I'll just take an example of theater, that in theater, I live that journey straight from start to finish in 1.5 hours or 2 hours of the show. Whereas in the film, it doesn't happen linearly. The last scene shot first, and then whatever that we shoot in first few days, whatever we shoot in first day, that sets the tone for the character, and from there we have to either create for his onwards journey or his backwards journey. So the entire emotional graph that we have to create in our mind, and then we have to play accordingly. So from nowhere, when you watch it, it can't look jerky. कि last scene में तो ऐसा था, suddenly क्या change हो गया? So as an actor, we have to constantly maintain that continuity. We keep discussing with the directors also, and that's how it happened. So for this particular format of OTT series, we all dealt as a long format of film. Like we were all shooting 9 hours of film. Is how we looked at it. Is how we approached.
That's interesting. Hansal, you want to say something on that? We move on to the next.
No, I think what Pratik is saying is what we had a similar kind of approach.
Deepak, again, you're working on films and documentaries. How much does the creative approach or what you pick up also changes because of the format? And Applause is more known for OTT content as of now, but I think as your formats change, you're also learning.
I think the premium series gives you a chance to explore more and more of a character. Film, you tend to have to crunch it and bring salient high points of that person's life. In series, if I do, instead of 9, if I do 10 episodes, it's not good nor bad. In film, I cannot exceed because of certain exhibition parameters. And the half-an-hour appointment viewing doesn't lend itself to these kind of stories, because the urge to see the next episode and garner more of the story and character is always paramount in this OTT audience's mind.
Very well said. I read a lot of the reviews also while I was researching, and of course because I had seen the show and enjoyed it. And some of the criticisms I didn't understand, frankly, because I'm not a film critic by training or anything, so I didn't understand it. But of all the little bits of criticism that came at the show or feedback that came, did you find anything which was more it was correct, it was accurate? Many of the people talked about the other characters not getting enough play and becoming only puppets in the whole show. There was some talk about some of the dialogues being a little too flippant, risk hai to ishq hai, which I liked, honestly speaking. I don't see what was wrong with it. But इसमें से आपको कहीं कुछ लगा हंसल कि
Well, again, I started, I built my career, a major portion of my career on being bashed by the critics. So, I really don't.
That's not fair. I think you've been supported by the critics a fair bit.
No,
Your
no.
cinema.
The last 10 years they've been very kind to me. But I mean, there is a whole dark phase which is 15 years before that.
So Jayate and Chalang and all that.
Chalang just happened. So no, but what I've learned, initially I used to take criticism very, it was a negative thing for me, criticism. And then as time progressed, I actually became friends, as friendly as you can with critics. I got to know them, and I realized that all of us are doing our respective jobs, and criticism is something that helps you reflect much later.
Yeah,
it is not something that should affect you. It can affect you in the immediate, but it is something that is sometimes something that you can reflect upon as you go ahead. It helps you in your own journey. So sometimes it is constructive. What is sometimes not good is, the criticism is about what the show could have been. I mean, that is not, for me, that is not criticism. I mean, you are responding to the show that is. And,
this is how you've told the story. And this is
how I've told the story. And you might find it disengaging. You might find the characters underdeveloped, but you cannot say that, it should have been this, because that is a different, then it's not a critic, it's a filmmaker writing it. But
correct.
I mean, it's a very subjective, criticism is as subjective as storytelling. And so I read a lot of the criticism, and when you're trying something new, it is expected, because, we took a conscious decision to have this kind of colorful character, to
correct.
have these kind of populist lines. And today, Harshad Mehta and Scam 1992 has sort of captured the imagination of the nation because of some of the decisions that we took at that time. They obviously worked. And for some, they did not work. So it's fine. I mean,
Deepak, Pratik, you want to say something? I mean, Pratik, did any, I don't think you got any criticism. I can't see any criticism anywhere in the reviews, but tell me, and Deepak, anything from the creative end that you felt that, it did hit home that we could have done this?
Actually, criticism, say for a group like Applause, if we are continuously doing bad work, and there's a critic who's following it and pointing it out, we can learn something. But show on show, it's so subjective. And there was such overwhelming appreciation of all the negatives
that it doesn't matter.
Out. So if you just weigh the two together,
and there was barely any really negative review.
No, there was no negative review.
There were criticisms of certain things in the show, and that was, I mean, that's fine. It's you live and you learn. Season 2 will take care of some of those things and come with its new set of flaws for them.
Yeah.
Is there a season 2?
No, the next scam.
The next scam.
In fact, there's a question on the next scam, which I might as well as ask you. This is from Anirban, I think. He's with Apex. He says that an extension of for a show becomes a franchise. Is the success now a baggage? Therefore, for Scam 2003. And we want to know if Pratik is there in that.
That's a secret.
Yeah, that's a secret.
That's a secret. But, I think, for everyone, yes, it is, success drives you, it motivates you. But at the same time, it's a completely new chapter. It is a new chapter. If the same characters were being carried forward to the second season, like any other franchise,
then the expectations
then the expectations from those characters, from the story arcs, are about how is this season going to be better than the previous one. Like Succession, for example, the second season went way beyond the first season. Here, I mean, you have no such expectation. Here, you're actually looking at a fresh new story with fresh new characters. The challenge is that we put in the same level of passion and dedication as we did in the first season. The challenge is that we make it without a swollen head.
Okay, great. Pratik, you haven't answered that question on whether any of the criticism, if there was anything that sort of hit home in terms of accuracy.
No, so as I guess
Everybody's
Deepak
answered.
also said and Ansar also said that there are a lot of overwhelming comments all over, that there is hardly something which bothered us
Good.
collectively.
Smooth sailing.
Hardly something which bothered us. But as Sansal sir also said, no, I would agree to that point that whenever, I mean, I also have been taking whatever criticisms or whatever comments or feedbacks that we constantly get as an actor also with pinch of salt. Like, I'll just tell you an example that after each and every show of my monologues, I get round of applauses, I get standing ovation, but then I myself, I discount almost 80% of applauses because most of them are, sold only on the basis of that one person was on stage for 1.5 hours and was talking. How do you remember the lines? So I guess most of the audience is sold there only.
Okay.
So I mean, it is difficult for them to see beyond that. How was the character working for them? How was, the craft working for them? How was the story working for them? Similarly, for the negative comments also. That beyond a point, there are a lot of comments come and they start making their own films or their own story, which is not the case. The case is whatever that we have presented, we would like to have feedback on that.
Absolutely. What Hansal said that,
yeah,
मैंने एक कहानी बोली आप उसके ऊपर तर्क करो वो ठीक है बस उसके आगे.
So we have to, I guess, good or bad, whatever comments that we get, we have to take it with a pinch of salt, understand it, and then we filter on our own.
Great. That's a positive attitude. Deepak, can you tell a story like Scam on Star Plus? That's an interesting question from one of the attendees.
You can. Obviously, you can.
Yeah.
I don't know how successful it will be, but
rating nahi milegi usko.
At one point, we used to do these 1 hours on Star Plus, which were pretty ahead of their time, if I may say so.
That was in the 90s.
Yeah. So currently it's pretty well demarcated. There is the cinema industry which runs on a certain metric. There is the OTT, which is the new player spoiling the thing for everybody else. And the daily soaps continue to rule the roost. I mean, many women of the house still watch their dose of daily soaps and all that.
Correct, absolutely.
Yeah, and if you, I think, take the volume of viewership, we may be surprised how many people are still watching daily soaps. But we have, as OTT players, we've really broken into the, bang in the middle of the audience and pulled in people from all directions. Of course, it's not a happy thing to say, but COVID helped us also get a lot of people to sample fare from home.
Correct.
So that helped. So it gave us that period that people are so distracted, who's going to see 5 episodes in a row, forget it, yevo. But now people have got used to that. So people make time for things they enjoy, right?
But the creative freedom this offers, and there is a question here that it's a very valid question that, sorry, I'm scrolling my screen as I talk with you because there are more than 20 questions which I'm looking through. That the creative freedom that OTT gives, and we discussed formats earlier, but does that open up, it's something we've discussed earlier also, but does that open up life, not just from a creative perspective, from a revenue perspective, for everybody, for the artists, for the creators, for the writers? If you have 9 hours to tell a story, you can get into so much depth. Though you could equally say that if you had 1,000 episodes on TV, you could do it. So why not on TV? But how much difference is there in that approach? And Deepak, this is, I think, more specifically to you, this question.
I'll tell you what, in film and daily television, you have to fall back upon tropes and
cliffhangers.
Yeah, cliffhangers and things like that. In this format, because we are not constrained by an exhibition parameter, we can explore as much as we want. We can tell the story the way we want. We are not forced to put in commercially viable elements like action and dances and songs in every product that we make. So that does give us a lot of freedom. The subjects that are being explored are different, which may not draw the masses into a cinema hall. If you're at home and you're watching, you will get immersed in that story. you will get involved.
You give yourself time to do it because you're home.
And now people see that this has become a very definitive form of storytelling. So people have know that if they get into this, they are going to have to devote time. And so that's what happens. Actually, the make and break of these web series is the point where people stop watching, right? I've seen one episode, I don't go through it. I've seen 2 episodes, I've seen 3, but the minute you cross 3, you're stuck. I think the ideal is that you see 1 and get stuck.
Actually, some of the best series that I've watched are the ones which I've been forced to watch. Because some friends who worked on it wanted me to watch Patal Lok. I found it too gory, the first 2, 3. But it was so good that I hung on. Scam also came to me for previewing and I was hooked within 15 minutes. Hansal, you want to talk about the format? Because I think Prateek has discussed his approach as an actor, but as a creator, do you want to say something about the format?
Yeah, you see, the format comes with its own set of challenges, but it's, the long form is something that, while, this whole thing about exploring and telling the story in greater depth, it's a different craft altogether. The long form, particularly OTT, it has come, it's a kind of, it's like, reading an article in the New Yorker, rather than reading a piece in the New York Times. So
I don't think New York Times is going to like that.
No, definitely. I mean, see the long reads. There are very few long reads that are available. So this is like a really interesting deep dive, long read into the character, the story, the world. So it's a very immersive format, but it can also go horribly wrong. Film can be a little more forgiving because you crunch things into a short while. You're watching it collectively, so
people don't have time to catch the flaws so soon.
Yeah, and generally, I mean, it could be at the same time it has its own shortcomings. Where could be very frivolous, could be very superficial, and also, I mean, cinema has been unfortunately very ridden with formula, particularly Indian mainstream cinema has been so ridden with formula. So this, for a creator, this becomes a formula breaker, where you're able to tell stories that as a filmmaker, you're often not allowed to tell.
But also money is chasing it, Hansal. So therefore, those stories are being demanded. Which in other formats, money is not chasing these kind of stories because I think chicken and egg type ka kuch ho jata.
No, I don't think it's that simple, Vanita. Applause invested in the show.
Yeah,
we took a risk on the show. It was not commissioned by Sony Live. We did not know till May last year who the platform was going to be. So Applause basically invested in the entire show and they took the risk. Ultimately, risk hai to isk hai, but I mean that is all on hindsight.
I was dying for someone to say that line.
Yeah, but it's all in hindsight. We had a very uncertain. We were completing the show with a lot of uncertainty. Acha jayega kahan? We were in the lockdown, and we don't know who was going to get it. So you see, this whole thing that stories are being made, they are not being made. The OTT space also had built a formula, and Scam broke that formula.
But the IP is yours, Deepak?
Yes.
So how is it done internationally? Because I don't hear the international press talks about Patal Lok and Sacred Games, but I don't hear so much about Scam.
I haven't followed that line yet. So
No, but has it gone to other, besides Sony Live, has it gone to other platforms?
Well, it's on... Yeah, it's in the US. It's on a platform called Sling TV.
Sling TV,
and in UK it's on Sky TV, Sky B. So it's on 2 platforms, but it's come with its own set of technological and technical challenges. So it's not any mainstream OTT platform.
Prateek, I was particularly interested because you even on Rajiv's show you said that you said. There's nothing to discuss. I'm going to take this. But is it the role which interested you? Is it Hansal Mehta which interested you? What was it? And you auditioned for this, right?
Yes.
You want to take us through what happened, the story of what happened? I'm sorry, but to make you repeat it, but please, you have to.
Oh, no.
For this audience.
it's very interesting journey of me getting to, getting into Harshad's character and get this role. Hansal sir called me and he said that we are making something like this, we'll meet up. Then
Okay.
before I met him, I had given an audition, which I did not know that I'm auditioning for this character in this series.
Oh, okay. This was independent
There
of
was some
Hansal's
brief.
conversation with you.
Yeah. Which I then later I connected the dots that it must be in this same context. But after the audition, I met him at his place. That's when he told me that this is the entire series that we are making on Harshad Mehta scam. And he asked me if I know anything about that scam. And I was in school back then in 1992, so I had some connection of that scam because my cousin lost some money and all. That only that much is what I knew about.
You're a good you should know the stock market. How did you not?
Oh, I'm coming from teacher's family, so we had no connection whatsoever with the financial world. Though.
Acha, okay.
We are the family of FDs,
That's like
so that's how it started, and for me it was a win-win situation from all the sides. First and foremost, I was getting to work with Hansal sir.
You'd seen his work?
Oh yes, obviously.
Okay.
And I mean, तब तो ऐसा था कि देखा तब ऐसा लगता था कि ऐसा कुछ इनके साथ करने मिलेगा तब मजा आएगा, like any other actor would dream. So talking to him about this, and then the character itself, because for whatever little that I knew about Harshad's character, I always found it very, very interesting and very intriguing.
Okay.
Somebody who alone can pull, such a complex thing, such a complex scam, if I can say. It's a very interesting character. And I guess in first 2 meetings only that he said that we are exploring more about his personal journey also. Him as a and we are going to humanize the entire character. So yeah, that was it for me to say yes.
Okay. Hansal, this is a very okay. I'll just ask this question because it's less repetition of what we've done. As a filmmaker, can you guide newcomers on what made Scam such a hit? Some takeaways. So, there are takeaways. And I have a follow-up question to you for all three of you. How did it change your lives? I know that Pratik has become more popular. I'm hoping I remember speaking to Nawazuddin in 2012, just after he'd hit the big time. And he was like tired, I cannot figure out characters anymore, so much work. So I said, why don't you take a break? He says, I've been without work for 10 years. Now I want to work continuously for 10 years. He was very clear that he was hungry for work, And I just want to know how it's changed your life. But first, Hansal, takeaways. And I'm sure I'll get urgent messages now because 4:45, they want to stop the session. Yeah.
So, I mean, the key takeaway is that, follow your heart. Do what, there was no calculation while doing it. As I said, this show did not even have a platform.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, it was just basic passion, applause, and we shared a common passion. And, so passion, patience, and perseverance. I think these are three things that are the only things, passion, patience, and perseverance.
So, आपने management funda बना दिया है. Totally proper passion, patience, and perseverance.
Right now, improvised answer है, but I'm patting myself on the back for it.
No, but you know what? Sometimes stereotypes are born because they're born out of reality, na?
Yeah. No, and so it is. There is. I mean, passion, and we never really bothered. On the OTT space, there was this talk about this show is being made for that many crores. That platform is making a show for some 150 crores. And the ultimate thing that I tell everybody, every aspiring filmmaker also, is the budget is not your problem. The story and how you tell it is your only problem. The budget is just a facilitator. And it is just that. So whatever money you get, it facilitates and challenges you to tell the story in a particular way. And do that. Do your job as a storyteller, and don't let the producer bother about how to do it within that money. So we unfortunately, most of us give up on ideas, on big ideas, because we think there's no big budget for it. Budgets don't make ideas.
Yeah, but takers make ideas. So you need takers also.
Yeah.
So you had the takers.
And that's hats off to, Applause. I mean, this is, I'll answer the second part of your question.
How did it change your life?
Yeah. So, the lot of credit to that is to Applause that, if they had not taken that chance. I remember in May, Samir and I had a very tough conversation. I said, you'd got only Sony Live for this show. I was very upset. And
I'm not sure Danish is going to like this.
No, Danish knows it. Danish knows. And Samir said, he did not give me too many answers. He said, this is it. And he said, they will give the show a lot of love and care. And under semi-protest, I finally had no say. Applause is my producer. So I said, fine, I'll do my job. But, that's what, don't underestimate. So it was my mistake. I underestimated. The platform is not important. What is important is the passion. Again, that it was made with passion. It was released with passion. It was not part of a slate of 200 shows. It was that one flagship show which everybody backed with all their might. So outside of all our great, craft and our great talent, there was so much that, an ecosystem sort of invested in it as if it was their own thing. Right?
Okay. Quickly, Pratik has gone off. He's left us.
No. I'm here. Okay.
Quickly, Deepak and Pratik, how has the show made a difference to your life?
Well, in our case, Applause's case, we will continue to do what we are doing. Focus on content creation and back projects that we think can be made from beginning to end.
Pratik?
And that has actually been our focus from the day we started, and it continues to be our focus. I think we have to now live up to the fact that we've chosen we have chosen very good subjects, and we should continue to look for those subjects and not make anything run off the mill.
Okay, great. Pratik?
Yes, Scam changed my life completely. I'm being taken seriously as an actor now. There are good scripts coming my way. I'm getting good offers. Now, I guess it is easier for me to now approach people. Scripts are coming to me. So I'm in a different world altogether now. As compared to the last year, I'm absolutely in a different world now.
कुछ उसमें खो जाने का डर है कि you keep your head and figure out the characters that you enjoy most, playing most?
Oh yes. I take my time for this because because I have been searching for something like this. I have been waiting for this time to come in my life from last 15, 16 years. So I guess that was a good enough time for anybody to settle down and mentally, physically, and emotionally also. And prepare for the next thing that you want to do from within. And not just get lost in whatever that comes your way.
Abhi you have a release coming up, na? लड़की को, sorry, मैं भूल गई हूँ नाम उसका.
वो लड़की है कहाँ?
वो लड़की है कहाँ? मैं लड़की को देखा तो.
नहीं, वो लड़की. It is yet to be shot, so we will start the shooting by the, I guess, later part of this year.
Okay, great.